It's a rush to get to be involved with something like this. I mean, it's a blessing to me because some people go their entire lives without getting to create. And while there are callings for everything, not everyone is called to create. But the thought of not getting to make films to me is one of, I think, the scariest things I can think of. So coming from the music major, which was where I was whenever I first came to Lee, a lot of people see the digital media department as being kind of an easy out. They don't kind of understand the kind of rigor that goes into creating things on a regular basis. Collaboration is never easy, just in general, and that's basically what this entire major is. If you're not collaborating, you're not creating the best you can make, in my opinion. It's a very big commitment both in time, money, and energy. I mean, to constantly be going over stories that you're creating and trying to find a way to make them relevant, to make them connect with the people that you want them to connect with, it's a lot more work than you would expect. Ever since I was 5, I see things in picture. I read a book and it's almost no effort to turn it into something that I see in my head. I think that my favorite production so far of mine has been Curated. It was still in the beginning of what I was doing. I was still kind of innocent. I was like that youngster who didn't know what he was doing, and it was really fun because of that, because I think for the amount of people we had on set and the lack of a pressure that I put on myself to make it good, I think it really made it one of my favorite things, because I was able to just have fun with seeing something that I had thought up come to life. That's one thing that I've learned this semester, is when you put pressure on yourself to do well with what you want to do, it doesn't make it as fun. You know, you're not doing it because you want to create, you're doing it because you want to prove a point, or you want to live up to what people expect of you. And I think that that's one thing that I'm striving to do less of, because I think that to be creative is not to worry about what others have to say about it, but rather just kind of serve up, here's how I see the world, take it or leave it, hope you like it. If you don't, I'll find someone who does. The first class I took was writing for film and TV with Professor Fisher, and I loved the idea of crafting stories. I actually, as a kid, I used to get sad over the fact that I didn't know how to write a story, because it affected me so strongly, and I really wanted to be able to, do what was affecting me so well. It's so interesting to see how film as a creative medium almost depends on having people work together. There are people who do it alone, but I really think to truly get stories that touch people, and especially elaborate stories, you can't do it alone. I took producing with Dr. Salyer, and I remember I had this thought where he showed us this list of just the amount of people who are involved on film sets. First of all, I was like, this is super cool, and then second of all, I was like, how do you even get all of these people together? I think one of the coolest things about filmmaking, and everyone will say this if they've, especially if they've gone through this program, it's the collaboration. It's finding people who believe in an idea enough or believe in the craft enough to pour in energy to something that they know might go further. There are callings for everything. Not everyone is called to create. But the thought of not getting to make films, to me, is one of, I think, the scariest things I can think of. It is a blessing to even get to think about doing this as a career, and I'm very excited for the future and what I'm going to get to do. I'm excited for the people that I'm going to get to meet and the stories that I'm going to get to tell.